highlight of the day is a good one. Order flow, correlations all mixed into one. What's important about, and you guys know this, taking correlations with order flow and that overlap is where a big edge lies. And so the Nasdaq has, let me blow this up and show it to you guys clear. It has a lot of buy stops above and sell stops below opportunities because it's a market that is less liquid, so it moves around a lot. You could see a consolidation box in here with the weakness that it had from the open. It's about 15 minutes after, 10, 15 minutes after the open. Well, after they have this consolidation box that you could see visible in the NQ, you could see above it and make the prediction like we did that there are buy stops right there. It was like 19 even, where you could see and predict a follow-through move led by leaving this yellow shaded box that I just drew. Sure enough, it goes to an edge zone across, stops there, but from 19 to 40 is a 21 handle move. That's a decent move in the Nasdaq. You're not waiting for this move to happen and then say, oh, there were buy stops above there. You're making that prediction based on what I just walked over, that there are buy stops above there, and we could potentially do that. All right? That puts yourself in a position to say, when do I want to get long the strong one, which has been the ES and the Dow this morning, at least at this time. So look at on our puke tool, we call it, where we have a big seller, which is indicative of this red rectangle of a couple hundred contracts that I don't know the market is going to, we don't know the market's going to come down and then jump like it did, but we're trying to build out the story and execute the idea. When I see a big seller that hits the bid and the market doesn't immediately go down, I'm starting to scratch my head that it could go up because big selling should make a market's price go down. So that coupled with a green line, which in this case, Dave has it showing icebergs. Icebergs are, and because it's green, are bigger buy orders than meets the eye. And it's not getting filled right away. If you have a green iceberg that comes in and they whack it, then there's an appetite for selling. But when you have a green iceberg that comes in and they don't whack it, again, another probability that price is going to rally. So you had what I just walked you through with the Nasdaq going through 19s with buy stops. You had a big seller that couldn't get price immediately go down. You had a passive buyer in an iceberg that didn't get hit right away. And so that's the chance and the opportunity that you're going to come out of the hole. You could see it a little bit more clear on this chart above, which is just a candlestick of the chart below. This is a footprint down here. It's like a magnifying glass of what's going on up here. So essentially, this price action in here is the same thing in here, right? You can see that green line, but that, see this V shape, see this eventual move out of the hole, and this gray shade was potential support. You can see how you could qualify support. So a lot of people, when they have a support area, they don't know if they should buy it there, if they should buy it at the top of the support or at the bottom of the support. And so they're just guessing. You could have the greatest support in the world, but if it's, you know, you're not really sure where to get it, you'll miss a lot of the winners and catch all the losers. But you could qualify a chance that we're going to rally. Again, the S&P was strong versus the Nasdaq. And then you had the Nasdaq punch through 19 even. You had the Nasdaq, let's blow this up again. You had the Nasdaq punch through 19 even. Look at my cursor down here. I'll draw an arrow. All these swing rotational highs. So you had the Nasdaq punch through around the 19 evens right there, anticipating some follow through. And then you had stuck selling. You had a green iceberg buyer. You're taking, like I started this video, correlations with order flow. And when you are able to understand the overlap That's where your edge, your consistency, your success, your better qualifying moments come from. So when you're searching YouTube to try to find someone that helps you read order flow, I bet you don't find anybody that helps you understand market correlations. It's not out there. And yet that's what we use to find value in prices of cars and houses and t-shirts. But yet when it comes to trading, people ignore that concept, that technique. When you buy a plane ticket, you compare and contrast different airlines. But when you're trading and buying and selling the S&P minis, you ignore what relates and what's a comp. So that's important feature, concept, order flow, and market correlations. Stay safe.